Last week, Jen talked about the atmosphere that we create around us wherever we go. And if you missed it, you can listen to it by going to almcyberchurch.org, clicking on the service audio archives and looking for atmospheric change under the date March 6th of 2016. But to sum it up, she talked about the atmosphere that you carry around with you, whether you light up a room when you enter or you bring negativity with you. And she mentioned the examples lived by Jesus, who is our prime example in our role. Today, I would like to take just a few minutes to kind of pick up where she left off and dig a little bit deeper into how we can effortlessly generate the kind of atmosphere that brings light, that brings healing, brings peace and joy into the world around you. Now, throughout the scriptures, one of the themes that is repeated is this: everything on the outside flows from within. As Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep watch over your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the springs of life." If your inner atmosphere is negative, that odor or that aura will project outward as well, regardless of how hard you try to appear positive to others and generate a positive attitude in the mind. Now, most of us carry around a constant state of fighting, whether or not we even realize we do. We fight, for example, the weather. No one has won that fight yet, and it's rather a silly thing to do, but we all fight the weather from time to time, don't we? It's an inner feeling of resistance to what is. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's too rainy. It's too snowy. It's beautiful now, but it won't last. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Or how about traffic? There's too much of it. That driver is too slow. That driver is too stupid and should probably not even be behind the wheel at all. Or how about work? It's Monday. I just started and it's going to be a long, hard day, and I don't get paid enough to put up with these ridiculous customers. I wish it was quitting time. I can't wait until lunchtime finally gets here. Lunchtime is almost over. I sure wish it wasn't. Don't want to go back to work. Or even, it's quitting time on Friday. Yay! And we set ourselves up for the vast disappointment when it is very quickly over. And it's Monday once again. Or how about relationships? My partner did this or that and keeps doing this or that. We get into fights, arguments about who is right and what choices we should make. And of course, this also covers the D word: drama. Show me a drama queen, and I'll show you someone who is always at war on the inside with people, with events, with circumstances, and with, really, life itself. In fact, these all boil down to that one thing: life. You know, we habitually and compulsively are at constant war with life. Well, let's consider this. What is life? Is life your story, your past, your circumstances, your relationships, your occupation, your diseases, your hopes and dreams? Or is life something deeper, something less fleeting, something that will not pass away? Now here's the thing about life. Life is not in the past, and it is not in the future. Consider this. Does anyone ever do anything in the past? No. We can only recall the memory trace of that thing, and we can only remember it when? Right now, in the present moment. Will anyone ever do anything in the future? No, because the future doesn't even really exist. When someone does something they planned to do in the future, well, when do they do it? They can only do it in the present moment. It's the only time that anything ever happens. It's the only time that really even exists. So life can only happen right now. And yet, we are always striving for the future or thinking about the past. Things used to be better. Or so-and-so did this or that to me in the past. And so we reject the present moment, the only place life actually is, or we cloud our experience of the now because of a memory in the head of what used to be or what once happened. Well, how about the future? At work, it's very common to hear people respond to a "How are you?" with "I'm here," or "Well, I'm at work. What do you expect?" And I've had customers who wish me a good day and then they followed that up by saying, "Well, you're at work, but hope you have a good day after you get off work." Of course, these are all just symptoms of an inner war we are raging against life. Life, which is only here and only now. You can't be happy in the future. And in this way, we live in a constant state of ingratitude, of complaint, of subtle turbulence, of inner turmoil. And true peace is just an idea in the head of something that we will experience in the sweet by and by. And what's the result? Well, the atmosphere around us is clouded. It's darkened. Instead of radiating peace and love and joy, there is always an undercurrent of war, of discontent, of fighting, however how subtle, against life, against what we are being given right here and right now. Now, in the New Testament, we are instructed to give thanks both in and even for all things. And that's not talking about a lip service. That's not what's desired there, but an inner state of full surrender and the gratitude and the peace and the joy that that true surrender brings. If right now, sitting where you are in front of your computer or device, if you were to be fully okay with what is, what would happen? Try it and find out. And I don't mean being okay with the story. Well, I'm not okay with all the rape and murder and starvation and exploitation and all the evil and depravity in the world. Okay, but where are those things? Look around you right now. Feel the life inside of your body, inside of the temple. Can you feel that your hands are alive? And where are all those other horrible things? Right now, for you, they're just in your head. Yes, they are happening elsewhere, we can be certain, but what can you do about them right here and right now? Sure, you can pray, but at this moment, you're probably not praying. Instead, you're just fighting. Fighting a battle in a way that produces nothing good. Instead, come back to the here and now. And with this moment, in this place, let what is be. Are you cold? Put on a coat. Are you hot? Turn on a fan. You don't have a coat? You don't have a fan? Nothing you can do? Then just let it be. Anything else is a little bit insane. Be okay with the physical sensations, as unpleasant as they might be. And when you encounter an injustice or something that is evil or depraved or violent or confrontational, allow it to be as it is, as you take any appropriate action at that moment and that place, or no action at all. And you just might find that your words or your actions are much more effective than if you were lost in the fog of inner war. You see, you are living in the temple of God. Isn't that what it says in the New Testament? Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And you are called to be dwelling in the Holy of Holies. Not just on Sundays. Not just during musical worship. Not just during a sermon or the time of prayer. But always, right here, right now. Regardless of what this mental thing we call time says, or our story, or the person we think and have always thought we are, that mind-made fantasy that is here for an instant and will soon vanish away. Those things are all a part of the drama that we call life. And we are actors on the stage of this world. We're in this world, but we are not of it. Play your part well. But remember that you are not the role you are playing. You ultimately are not that person, that character. It's all temporary. It is all fleeting. That person can go into the Holy of Holies only in the imagination. But when you truly enter that place of eternal peace, just for that instant, just for that moment, that temporary character and that temporary person and the roles, they all fade into the background. And if you've ever entered into a place of deep worship, then you know what I mean. But for most of us, that experience comes and goes at best, and our background and our foreground of our awareness is the story and the character we play. Well, that's backwards. Christ calls us, the Spirit calls us, love calls us, life calls us to make our home in the place of true surrender, of letting what is be. And in that place, in this place of peace and joy and love and life, We interact with this world and with whatever form arises in this moment from that place of unshakable peace, love, joy, and of life. The presence of the I Am, who dwells right now in your body. Your mind wants to go there by thinking about it, but then you are just in your head in a fantasy about that place. Go there now. The kingdom of heaven is not in some far-off place, and it's not coming, as Jesus said, with signs to be observed. But as he said, the kingdom of heaven is where? It is within you, right now. Not within your imagination, but within the temple. Right here, right now. And you can feel it, you can experience it when you are not lost in the head, not lost in the story, not identified with the person that your mind thinks you are, or the story about the character you play on this temporary stage. Let all those things go. Let go of them. Let go of your attachment to them. Bring your attention into the temple. Feel the life that fills it. Don't think about it. Don't label it. Don't imagine it. Just actually feel it. Does it help you if you sing a song, a hymn, with or without words? Does it help you to lift your hands, to sit silently, to speak in tongues, to make the sign of the cross, to count beads? Now, I'm just throwing out examples of actions and forms that some people use to bring them out of the mind and into the temple. And for other people, those same things might serve as a distraction. Find what works for you to bring you into that place that is beyond that action. And then let go of the tool. You might still use it, but don't be attached to it. Use it, but realize its only true purpose is to bring you beyond itself and to that place within the temple of your body where the life of God resides, in the Holy of Holies. And as you dwell in that place as your home, using the mind, interacting with this world, playing the character of the person you've always thought you actually are, then you'll find that the atmosphere around you will automatically change. The right actions will make themselves clear in this moment. And you will bring light and life and love into this world effortlessly, as it flows like a river of life from the inside out.